The CBC is simply one of the several publicly issued digital dollars that would be created, backed, and regulated by the Federal Reserve and would have the complete faith and backing of the United States government. This can be utilized as a substitute for the current payment methods, and it will have advantages such as rapid payment settlement, providing a platform for transactions that cross borders, and promoting more inclusive financial practices. The investigation of government-supported digital currencies has been initiated by more than 130 countries. As early as the year 2028, a pilot program for a digital euro may be initiated. Currently, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India are already participating in trial programs. In the meantime, the United States continues to lag behind as more and more obvious information emerges regarding the characteristics of digital currency. Those words are ones that are associated with the Congress of the United States. It is evident that the U.S. Congress has given XRP the green light in the United States. It is not only applicable to banks and financial firms. The usage of XRP for both local and foreign transactions has received the endorsement of the United States Federal Reserve, as well as other organizations worldwide. What is the significance of this? The global change is acknowledged by the United States Congress. In cooperation with Ripple, countries such as Brazil, India, China, and others are taking steps to develop their own central bank digital currencies, which are based on the XRP ledger. The United States of America does not wish to be excluded from this progression. And do you know which company they are cooperating with? You are correct in that statement, Ripple. Welcome back to Moneyside, the premier destination for all things relating to XRP. As always, we're here to provide you with all you need to know. In the same way that the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have worked together to develop a digital currency that they can utilize for mutual benefit. The United States is following a like path. I would want to show you a tape that examines the conversations that Ripple and the United States Federal Reserve had as far back as 2015 on central bank digital currencies. This historical context highlights the cooperation efforts of Ripple and the U.S. behind the scenes, even as we watch public conflicts between Ripple and the SEC. The fact that Ripple was in collaboration with this company served as compelling evidence that Ripple was going to prevail in the litigation that was being brought against it by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Do you recall when Ripple presented the Federal Reserve with the FedNet payment system in the year 2015? Although Ripple was not expressly acknowledged by the Federal Reserve when it officially released the system, a more thorough examination does uncover some clues. According to a statement issued by the Federal Reserve, there is a possibility that the Federal Reserve would collaborate with a blockchain company that has the ability to facilitate payments that are efficient and to complete transactions in as little as 3 to 5 seconds. The possibility of the United States Federal Reserve making use of Ripple has been repeatedly emphasized by Gary Gensler. Even before to the beginning of his term, throughout the course of the Securities and Exchange Commission's litigation against Ripple, Gensler had voiced his faith in the Federal Reserve's ability to include Ripple and XRP into its payment infrastructure, both for transactions that occur within the United States and those that occur internationally. Skip forward to the most current events. Riverbank, a well-known partner of Ripple who uses the RippleNet system, has formally become a member of the FedNet payment system. Let us analyze this in more detail. A bank that goes by the name of Riverbank is not simply a bank. It is a payment facilitator that depends on the xCurrent and xRapid systems of RippleNet. The use of XRP and its ledger for on-demand liquidity is implemented by both of these services. It seems certain that xRapid, xCurrent, and RippleNet, all of which are anchored on XRP, will play a part in the process of integrating Riverbank into FedNet. This indicates that the FedNet payment system is on the verge of making use of XRP in order to satisfy its liquidity requirements while conducting transactions across international borders. As a result, we are able to predict that the value of XRP will continue to increase as its use case and utility both expand. This is good news for your investment if you currently have XRP and are watching this. The incorporation of XRP into conventional financial institutions goes much beyond a simple acknowledgement of the cryptocurrency's potential. It serves as evidence that the world's financial environment is always changing. We are observing a change in the way things are done because traditional banking institutions are beginning to acknowledge the efficiency, speed, and cost-effectiveness of blockchain technologies such as Ripple's. Furthermore, the fact that Riverbank and other organizations have taken action following Gary Gensler's endorsement is only the beginning of a much larger story. The ripple effect will be felt throughout the sector as more financial institutions come to grasp and make use of the power of XRP and comparable technologies. I would like to share some thrilling news with my audience before we go any further. I am organizing a giveaway where the prize will be XRP. Simply follow these 3 easy actions to participate. Please give this video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and set on notifications. Also, please share this video with the people in your network. I will be checking to see whether or not these steps have been done before we select the lucky winner. Therefore, I wish everyone the very best of luck. When we reach the milestone of 60,000 subscribers, we will make an announcement regarding who the winner is. At this point, let us return to the subject we were previously discussing, the increasing importance of XRP as well as its monetary worth. We have briefly mentioned the United States Federal Reserve's interest in it, as well as the larger tendency of the United States to adopt it. However, the United States is not the only country that is acknowledging the promise of XRP. The potential of cryptocurrencies are being investigated by a number of countries, including the BRICS nations, as well as the European Union, which is developing the Digital Euro project. You can find out more information about how XRP is being included into the BRICS nations' central bank digital currency, CBDC, and Europe's Digital Euro project by watching our dedicated videos on those topics. To reiterate our primary point, the United States is not only considering XRP as a viable option for a central bank digital currency, CBDC, as we have discussed in another video, but they are also interested in utilizing it for effective transactions that take place across borders. This does not only apply to central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, it also applies to financial operations that are conducted domestically as well as internationally. Let us investigate what this implies for the future of XRP's value. The intrinsic value of XRP is destined to be affected as the number of people who accept it increases, particularly when it comes to big financial players such as the Federal Reserve of the United States. After all is said and done, the usefulness of a cryptocurrency is a major aspect in deciding its value. When a digital asset such as XRP is included into large-scale financial systems, the instant transactional advantages it provides are not the only advantages it offers. In addition to these immediate benefits, it also generates credibility and confidence over the long term. As the world of finance continues to expand, the number of digital transactions is expanding at an unprecedented rate, and the need for fast, affordable payments across international borders is becoming more and more apparent. Cryptocurrencies, particularly those that have demonstrated their utility, such as XRP, are of the utmost importance. The support of the financial institutions and big economies can act as a catalyst, propelling XRP into an unprecedented league of its own. This is a critical moment in time for those who are invested in the sport as well as those who are passionate about it. Given its existing endorsements and integrations, the trajectory of XRP indicates that it has a bright future ahead of it. Nonetheless, similar to any investment, it is of the utmost importance to maintain one's awareness of the situation, to keep an eye on any changes that may occur, and to base judgments on comprehensive investigations. Is there any chance that the price of XRP will skyrocket to $10,000? This is a matter that has been the subject of a great deal of discussion within the cryptocurrency community, and we will address it in a moment. It is important to point out that there has been a growing level of interest on the part of multinational organizations, particularly those based in North American countries, in the XRP ledger. XRP is often considered to be one of the most promising cryptocurrencies. This is especially true as the world of cryptocurrency continues to grow, with digital currencies currently being used in more than 130 countries. What is the possible worth of XRP? The range of speculations extends from a minimum of $10,000 to a maximum of $35,000, particularly when considering the function that it could play in the operations of global CBDCs or central bank digital currencies. What are the implications of this? It is possible that XRP might become a universally acknowledged median currency in the future, as countries are increasingly likely to adopt it for international payments. This was a point that was brought up by the managing director of Hill Capital. XRP would become the mean.